One may argue that John Mayall imparted some musical skills to the British invasion. The late maestro brought together the best players on the London blues scene and guided them toward a progressive fusion of pop and blues that would eventually define the sound that swept the globe, altering its very makeup on its joyous voyage. The Rolling Stones were certainly influenced by John Mayall's Blues Breakers, and they were aware of the significant changes that were taking place. From the beginning, Brian Jones and his friends saw that things were changing quickly, more so than almost all of their contemporaries. In their efforts, they sought rapidly for a way to reconcile this. But to really distill what's going on in the world into a rock and roll song, it takes maturity and patience. They completely succeeded in doing this in 1969 with their hit song, Gimme Shelter. When asked by Louder Sound, Mayall selected this particular Stones song as his favorite. He said, "That song speaks to me because it captures the spirit of the 1960s. Sadly, not much has changed in the world since the Stones' intense concentration on the social issues of that era. It's the ideal rock song, eternally cinematic, and a perfect reflection of the rainy day it was composed on." The tremendous effort, which served as the thrilling prelude to Let It Bleed, blended in with the gloomy background of the Vietnam War. Thus, there is a feeling of futuristic vigor amid its melodic maelstrom, and the trademark sound modeled by Chuck Berry's vintage electric acoustic sound. Like that electro-acoustic collision, the tune has a primitive but ethereal quality. Mick Jagger himself described his appraisal of the post-apocalyptic masterpiece as follows: "We thought it would be great to have a woman come and do the rape, murder verse, or chorus, or whatever you want to call it. When we called Mary Clayton at random in the middle of the night, she showed up wearing curlers and did it in 1 or 2 takes, which is really incredible." He went on, saying that the song was one of his favorites, saying, "She came in and knocked off this rather odd lyric. She clearly put a lot of effort into the song, even if it's not the kind of lyric you offer to everyone." She goes into the chorus. Since then, it's become a fantastic live tune. Sadly, the song still has some relevance today. Jagger described it as a very moody piece about the world closing in on you a bit. This song reflects the war and tension that was prevalent at the time it was recorded, which was around early 1969 or so. The biblical incantation has a feeling of controlled chaos that brilliantly captured the societal upheaval of the time, but it also exudes optimism, which is perhaps why Martin Scorsese considers it to be his favorite Stones song. Maybe part of its attraction to Mayall was that it was distinctly futurist while maintaining a strong blues foundation. Though the song emerged soon after he was sacked and was only published a few months after his passing, it seems to embody Brian Jones's rebellious vision for the group. "There is something happening here, and that much is very clear," are the young men stating. Even today, the song still exudes a frantic rock and roll atmosphere that is eerily apocalyptic. A basic C-sharp minor progression has never been stretched farther in a song.